Alrighty, so this is day one of me doing this. So this is going to be the very first set of videos, and the reason I'm doing this is pretty much not for anyone else, not for the strangers who click onto these videos, but this is for me. This is my way of doing my progress tracking and journaling and keeping myself accountable, because if I speak it and if I put it out there, especially on YouTube, I'm going to have to hold myself accountable, and by tracking this way, my idea is that it's going to keep me moving forward, and at least I'm able to look back on where I've come from in this journey. So with what's happened today, it's been mainly the start of the new idea where I want to actually establish a growth agency. So what my idea of a growth agency is, I'm not sure if this has been done before or if the agency model is called something different, but it's essentially being the ultimate middleman, where I want to be able to be the middleman for businesses in the country and actually get them some business and repurpose a lot of their products and stock to actually adapt to the new market in the city. So the idea is that a lot of the businesses in the country are going out of business and having to shut their doors because of the idea of a lot of places like these businesses are having to compete with big franchises like McDonald's, Hungry Jack's, Subway, these kind of places, and it's becoming really difficult. And even for a lot of the product businesses, you've got factors like not many people passing through the towns anymore, there's not much attraction going through there, and even some of the people aren't actually interested in getting attraction to their town, which is essentially shooting themselves in the foot. But this is where I see the gap in the market, where I'm at a point now, my apologies, I'm at a point now where what I can see myself doing is actually being that middleman and taking their business, analysing it, seeing what we can do with it, and actually try and, as I said before, repurpose and restructure the business model to be able to help them evolve and actually survive in the essentially ever-changing market that we've got. So obviously if they stay where they are and continue to be physical brick and mortar businesses and continue what they've been doing for the last decade, it's not going to work. Most of them have only just scathed through COVID or whatever you want to call it. So my idea now is that I'm just trying to bring them over the line so that they can actually see a feasible future. And there's a lot involved with that. At the moment, I'm about to go inside and look at a lot of the basics on what kind of skincare stuff there is, in terms of how we can make some skincare stuff for one of the potential clients, where essentially they've got a herb and spice business, and before people would come in and buy them for their small businesses and get stuff for their like teas and coffee beans, that kind of stuff, and now they don't really have any clients and they're starting to shut their doors. But I'm looking to try and repurpose their herbs and spices to be able to make superfoods, health food products for health stores, skincare products, all this kind of stuff. So a lot of networking and a lot of brainstorming, but the idea is to be able to be the middleman, where essentially I charge the business that I'm helping a monthly retainer and then take a percentage of their sales, or one or the other or both. And then essentially the business that I actually send the products to, I get a percentage of what they make as well. So it's sort of a two-way thing, plus the retainer, which in the grand scheme of things can be an incredibly profitable model. And the end goal actually is to be able to have equity and small percentage of these businesses that I help, so that way I've got my foot in the door with pretty much all these businesses and just essentially building up that wealth. And the idea is I can scale this across any country towns in any state, and then eventually in any country. So the beauty of this is I'm not sure if this is a business model that's already been done, but I certainly haven't seen it anywhere, and I feel like I'm onto something, and it feels like a different feeling, because a year now starting this journey and going through so many business models, it's been an interesting process, and that's for sure. looking at my timeline and trying to establish what certain businesses I started when, it's actually quite funny to see how I pretty much followed every big guru on YouTube. And so this is probably one of the first business models where it actually feels real and it feels like a genuine thought that I've come up with myself. And so that's what probably gives me the extra established motivation of this actually being something viable. So I'm curious to see where this goes. I'm going to constantly log what I'm doing and actually keep you guys up to date. But again, this is more of a journal thing for me. So I'm going to continue to do these every day if I can, but guaranteed every second day, just in case there's nothing really exciting going on every day. But just continuing to be better every day, and I'll make sure I will, because I'll say it publicly and out loud. The goals are to be completely financially free and ensure that my mum's got a house over her head that she doesn't have to pay for, and making sure that I'm right now working for my kids, which sounds strange to say out loud for most people, but that's where my head's at, thinking of the future family and future generations and making sure that I'm established and secure, my future wife, my future kids, my current family, my current inner circle, any new people that join my circle. I just want to make sure that I can look after everyone, and then eventually I can actually tackle on making the world a better place. So that's where I'm at the moment. And that most of you probably haven't watched through this, and to be honest, I couldn't give a fuck, because again, this is all for me. But yeah, that's the goal, and I'll continue to post some more things and keep tracking this. But yeah, day one in the books.